Hello everybody, this is Cheese.6 and we are back with another Snapshot video. Today is 20w28a. We are still in 1.16 releases, so not too many big changes, but actually quite a few tweaks, including some tweaks to piglin bartering. Before we get into it, I'm going to take a second to mention that around 95% of the people who watch these videos are not subscribed. So if you're in that 95%, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I have a vanilla survival let's play, a 1.16 nether skyblock let's play, redstone inventions, game tutorials, and update videos just like this one. With that said, let's get into it. This week's Snapshot introduces experimental support for custom biomes in data packs. This work has involved redoing some of the internal plumbing of things behind the scenes, so it may be a little bit leaky. We hope no important part drips out, but if they do, pick them back up for us, please. As always, make sure to make backups if you try a world in a snapshot. So just a few changes this snapshot. The first one is that brewing stands can now be crafted with blackstone. This is good. It's good to free up any little inconsistencies there, just get rid of them. And make sure that all recipes that can be crafted with cobblestone can now be crafted with blackstone. I think. Let me know in the comments if there are any that cannot be crafted. Villagers now emit green particles when joining a village, setting a home bed, or acquiring a job site/profession. So it's nice to have just that little bit extra of visual indicator there. Totems of Undying now give the fire resistance status effect for 40 seconds when activated. So if you die in fire or lava, you don't have to worry about losing all of your stuff just to die straight again after your totem activates. So that's a really cool change. That makes these things, they were already pretty good, but now they are very, very good. So make sure to get yourself a Totem of Undying if you don't have it in survival. And tweaked bartering loot. I don't know what the new loot is. I can't look into the game code, but I can do a quick test in my piglin bartering farm and let you know the results. So with about 4.5 stacks of gold ingots traded to these piglins, this is the loot that we have gotten. As you can see, we now have spectral arrows, which were not in Java Edition. I think they might have been in Bastions already. But they were definitely not traded by piglins. Still, iron nugget is pretty low, soul speed, pretty low chance to get these things. But now we have renewable blackstone in addition to renewable basalt, so this should make for much, much easier nether building, which is really, really cool. I think there are also a few other things being tweaked here, like ender pearls I don't think are as common. String I don't think is quite as common, but again, this is just what I've gotten from like 4.5, 5 stacks of gold. All right, so if we compare this to the wiki page on piglin bartering, you will see that there have been several changes actually. So I think this is a pretty good sample size to be able to say that there is no magma cream. You can no longer get magma cream from piglin bartering, as well as glowstone dust. We now have spectral arrows instead of glowstone dust. So if you want renewable glowstone, you're gonna have to go to witch farms for that. Unfortunately, if you're doing another skyblock like I am, then this is that's kind of a big change. But you can still get iron, you can still get nether quartz, you can still get soul sand. All of the things that you would want to get, you do. So I will continue to let this run to see if there are any other big changes, any rare materials, and I will get back to you at the end of the video. As far as technical changes in 20w28a, custom worlds now support custom biomes. This is super, super cool. And I'm sure you can, as you can see by the picture in the snapshot article, this can be very, very cool. Custom skyboxes, custom world generation, all sorts of really, really cool things can go on with this. Dedicated servers can now rate limit clients. I don't know what that means. Let me know if you know down in the comments. So let's get into the customized world generation settings. There is now experimental support for a world gen folder in data packs. Worldgen/biome can contain biome definitions. Worldgen configured carver can contain definitions for world carver settings. And then there's feature placements, structure placements, surfaces. Processor list can contain sets of block processors, can contain pool definitions for jigsaw structures. Custom biomes can now be used in the single biome /cave /floating island world types, and custom biomes can now be used in custom dimension generators. The dedicated server packet limit changes are: dedicated servers can now kick clients that consistently send too many packets within a second, controlled with the rate limit settings in server.properties, and the default rate limit of 0 means no limit. Again, I don't know what this means. If you know, make sure to let us know down in the comments. We don't have too many fixed bugs this week. A couple of interesting ones that I have noticed are that mobs cannot spawn on wooden trapdoors, but can on iron and nether fungus trapdoors. So now, I believe mobs will be able to spawn on wooden trapdoors, and probably when it's the top surface of a block. Another one that I noticed is a bug that I reported. So it's cool to see that something I reported has made a change. It's that Endermen can teleport when hit in cases where they previously would not teleport. This broke several Enderman farms where they were teleporting. For example, I made an Enderman farm in my Let's Play series in the Nether, on top of the Nether ceiling, and Endermen would teleport all the way down to the bedrock when they should not be able to do that. So I'm glad that this bug got reported by me, and I'm glad that Mojang fixed it. And as always, I will just scroll through the entire list of bugs, just so in case you see anything, you can pause it and read all of these things. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have for you today. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. This has been CheeseDead6, and I will see you next time. All right, we are back. It's been another 10-15 minutes, and I totally passed over before water bottles. This is like our only source of water in the Nether. But this is cool because if you're doing a skyblock like me, you can craft iron nuggets into iron ingots, and then make a cauldron out of the ingots. And if you put these water bottles in the cauldron, you can then use more iron nuggets to craft ingots to make a bucket, and then take the water out of the cauldron, and then now you have a water bucket. And totally, you can do all of that without leaving the Nether. So that is really, really cool. But again, no more glowstone, and I think it's pretty much confirmed that we have no glowstone and no magma cream. And I think the rates of some of the other ones have been tweaked a little bit. Like fire charges, I don't think are quite as common. They're still not too uncommon. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This has been CheeseDead6, and I will see you next time.